So in today's conference, we are going to talk about scholarships for studying in foreign countries, especially for Uzbekistani people. Yes. Before we start, let me take you over the agenda, and I hope everybody understands the English here. Yes. Do I not to shift my language to Uzbek or Russian probably? Right. If you don't understand English, you can ask questions in your own language anytime. Okay. So what are we going to cover today? Firstly, we will just to take a quick look at the overview of the scholarships. We'll learn about what kind of scholarships are offered by different universities and governments. And we'll also take a look at some of the universities around the world that offer very generous financial aid for the students, especially international students. And then we will look at the admission criteria. So what do we need to have in order to get the scholarship? And also, I will tell you about some of the most common mistakes that students make when applying to scholarships or universities in general. And then we will discuss how we can get started. Okay, I guess most of you are here, people who want to go abroad for studying, and some of you might be in high school, or some of you are already studying in university and probably want to make some exchange studies or preparing for masters even. Yeah. So we'll learn how we can get started, how we can start researching, how we can start, meeting the admission criteria and so forth. Then we will talk about Stipendium Hungaricum, which is a scholarship offered by Hungarian government for international students from Uzbekistan, Asian countries, and also countries from post-Soviet region. Then we will learn about some of the ways that you can use to fund your studies in the USA. All right. And I think Omid John will be able to join us by then, and he will give a very insightful speech about that. And then we will learn about scholarships in South Korea. That presentation will be given by Shalbos Khan. And finally, information about scholarships in European countries, European Union, including Poland, Germany, Italy, and some other countries given by Ahmad John. All right, then. So let's get started. Again, if you have any questions and if you don't understand anything, maybe because of your language barriers, feel free to ask your questions. All right. So let's start our conference with bad news. The bad news is that time flies. We have very little amount of time and we can't control it, right? You say that I want to go abroad and study. Maybe you're preparing for IELTS or for some other tests, but time goes so quickly that you cannot catch up with it. But the good news is that you are the pilot. So if you start earlier, maybe you're preparing for masters. If you start now, and if you surround yourself with the right people to advise you, well, you can manage all of this stuff and you can get into a very good university with good scholarship. Yeah. So what does studying abroad cost you? Well, it costs tuition fees, first of all, and also you need to pay for living expenses. Tuition fees vary from country to country. Some countries have a very high tuition fees, including UK, Germany, USA, and Canada. Well, tuition fees in those countries usually are from, they start from $10,000 and they may go up to $60,000 or even $70,000. And how about living expenses? Well, living expenses are also different in every country. They may be $10,000, they may be $2,000 per year. So yeah, well, you need to really research each country. Yes, if you want to get more insights into how much living costs in those countries that you want to apply to for scholarship. So what types of financial aid are there? Well, there are three main types. First of all, it is government grants, government scholarships. I will give some examples about each of them later in the next slides, okay? But for now, just understand that there are three main types of scholarships. That is government-based university scholarships, and some of the scholarships are given by private companies, private enterprises, okay? All right. What are the most popular government grants? Here are some of them, and you can see in the list that most of them are in European countries like Hungary, Germany, Turkey, and UK. And Korea also has a scholarship program that is Korean government scholarship. I think Changbos has that, right? Changbos, do you have the scholarship of Korean government scholarship, or is it Solbridge one?
Well, I do receive Korean government scholarship, but it's a branch and it is awarded to the people who show academic performance. I think I will talk about it in my slides.
All right, yeah, yeah. So you can learn about Korean government scholarship when Changbos will be talking in his presentation. And next we have Stipendium Hungaricum offered by Hungarian government. And also we have DAAD. Actually, we have one of the mentors who is under this scholarship, but who is not available to join us today, I think. Yes, there are also scholarships for studying in Turkey, in Japan for, I think, master's degree. Yes, Max is for master's, Fulbright is also for master's, Chevening and Erasmus, they are also usually for master's and PhD candidates. All right, let's take a look at some of the scholarships that are offered by universities. There are two main types of them. First one is need-based scholarships. These are given for students who have financial problems, who cannot simply afford the tuition fees set by university. For instance, if you're from Uzbekistan and if your family earns, let's say, in average $10,000 per year, but the university that you have applied to costs, let's say, $30,000 or even $40,000 per year, then they're going to offer you a need-based scholarship to cover your tuition fees. And there is the second type, which is merit-based scholarships. Students who have very good test scores, who has a very high GPA, are usually considered for these types of scholarships. And again, almost most of the universities around the world, especially in USA, offer these two types of scholarships. Now, let's take a look at how you can find the top universities that you would like to apply to. Well, I really suggest these two sources, the World University Rankings, we call it Higher Times, I guess, and QS. These are two popular sources that you can search the top universities and also scholarships. And now let's actually take a look at some of the universities that offer scholarships to international students. Well, if you want to apply to universities in Canada, then UBC, that is University of British Columbia, and University of Toronto, they offer very generous financial aid programs. And in European Union, you can apply to Eötvös Loránd University, that is ELTE, or Jacobs University in Germany, BI Norwegian Business School, that is in Norway, Bologna, University of Bologna, that is in Italy, and University of Warsaw in Poland. Yeah, and please note that these are not all the universities that apply that offer scholarships, but these are some of the universities, all right, in those regions that we are presenting today. In Asia, there are also some universities that offer you scholarships and grants, including Duke Kunshan University, NYU Shanghai, that is New York University in Shanghai, Higher School of Economics, Yale NUS College, Seoul and even City University of Hong Kong. Yes, based in Hong Kong. Yes, they offer need-based and merit-based scholarships. Yes, if you want more information, you can browse their websites. In Australia, you can apply to University of Sydney or University of Melbourne and some other universities if you want to get some financial aid from the university. All right, now let's take a look at some universities that are based in USA. Well, same old USA, yes. That offer and that attract most of the international students to apply to them. These include, yes, some of the very highly ranked and most popular universities like MIT, Harvard, Duke, University of Princeton, and etc. All of these universities have a need blind based scholarships. Need blind means they do not consider your how much money you have when you're applying to their university. They don't consider how much you can pay for them, but they just look at your application, at your profile. If you meet their admission criteria, then they're going to give you the financial aid that you need. All right. Yeah, we know, all of us know that MIT, Harvard, Stanford, they cost at least $60,000, but that is not a problem because again they have need-based scholarship programs, which means if you're going to apply and meet the admission criteria, they're going to give you the money to pay for your tuition fees. Now, how do we get scholarships? What do we need to have in order to get the scholarships? Well, I think the most important thing that you need to have is motivation that you can represent in your motivation letters or personal statement. If you then don't have that, the motivation that you want to study in that particular country and university, then most probably you're going to get rejected from the scholarship program. So it is good to have, it is good to figure out what you want from the university or from the scholarship before applying. Yes. Well, we can advise you on how to write motivation letters or even reference letters. I mean, the Globe Study team. The second important thing is test scores. What IELTS or SAT score do you have? Well, most of the universities, they require at least 5.5 or 6 band in the IELTS test. But if you want to get a scholarship, then you need to have a competitive profile, which means it's preferred that you have at least IELTS 7 if you want to get a scholarship. Or if you want to apply to universities in USA and Canada that accept SAT scores, then 1,300 SAT score is a good one. Yeah, you can get a scholarship with that SAT score. Well, as it regards with GPA, that is our school scores. Yes, the grades that we get at the school. It's preferred that you have at least 3.5 overall out of 4. Okay, that is out of 4, not 5. Okay. And another important thing is leadership skills. What leadership skills do you have? What do you do outside the school? Do you study all the time or do you do anything else that you are passionate about? For example, you might be participating in debate clubs if you love debates, or if, you may be a sports person. Let's say you have won some competitions in football or basketball. If you have those, then they are going to make you an outstanding candidate among the pool of applicants that are applying to the same scholarship that you're applying to. Well, yeah, about the extracurricular activities, you can anytime ask any questions. We can give more insight into that. All right. And the final thing is reference. Who recommends you? Who do you have in your bag? Maybe you have worked somewhere, or maybe you have volunteered somewhere, or maybe you have completed some internship, right? And it is better to ask those people whom you worked with or whom you worked for to refer or to give a recommendation letter to you when you're applying to the universities to get a scholarship. All right. And now, well, the important thing you should keep in mind is the deadlines. Well, if you skip the deadlines, then most probably you have to wait for 1 year, which is really bad. Yes. There are 3 common deadlines for most of the universities. That is early decision, regular, and late decision. For early, usually it ends in November for most of the US schools, as I know. For regular one, it ends in January or February. And for late decision, which is not common in most of the universities, it ends in March. But again, these deadlines vary from university to university. For instance, in Korea, most of the deadlines end in around May or June. Yes. In Poland as well, the deadlines end in June or sometimes I think July. Yes. But for programs like Hungaricum Scholarship, the deadline is fast approaching. It is in January 15th. So if you want to apply, yeah, you should start planning right now. All right, now let's take a look at some of the common mistakes that candidates make during their application journey. Well, the first thing they do not understand is that they choose some of the schools that they may not get into. Well, we can categorize the schools that we want to apply into 3 groups. That is dream schools, target schools, and safety options. For dream schools, you can include schools like Harvard, Stanford, MIT that you have very little chance of, but you have that little chance, right? So why you should not try? Yes, you should try, but you should be realistic at the same time. So try to categorize the universities, make a list of the universities that you want to apply to, and put all of the universities that you have very little chance to get into the first list, that is dream schools. For the second one, target group, you need to have a very realistic approach here. You need to be very careful about your application, and you should kind of be aware that you are going to meet their admission criteria. You need to make research. Maybe you need to talk to some of the people who are already studying there. And maybe you find some people who have the same profile who already got into those schools, right? And the third list of universities that you want to apply to, we can call it safety options. Well, the schools that we 450% get into, right? And the second mistake is they do not meet deadlines. They sometimes skip the deadlines and they will have to wait for another year or for a long period, or they even end up getting into some of the schools that they never wanted to get into. And the third thing they do not do is advising. They sometimes applicants are just, you know, I would say shy, or we can also say maybe afraid to talk to someone who has the experience. For instance, at Globe Study Team, well, you probably know about us. You probably have seen well, information about us. Almost all of our mentors got scholarship in different countries, in 3 continents. You can why don't you talk to us? Like, why don't you advise with us, or why don't you advise with people who already got into those universities that are your dream schools? Well, yes, advising should be your priority. Before applying to any school, you should at least talk to someone about it. All right. Yeah, you can learn something. You can learn that recommendation letter is the most important thing, or motivation is the most important thing that is considered for those schools. So now let's talk about how we can get started. How do we start our application or research? Well, there comes Globe Study. Yes, Globe Study is an organization founded by students just like you who have already got the scholarship and who are studying in different countries, including USA, Russia, Canada, Korea, UK, China, and some of the other European countries. Well, in Globe Study, if you contact us and if you want to, let's say, advise with us to get into some university, or just to apply to some scholarship, we are going to help you. Yes, we have different services. We offer consultations, we offer mentorship programs, and we consult you. We can consult you for free if you want to just learn about the programs that are available right now for you. And we can also walk you through the application process. We can give some advices for you. Yes, all you need is to contact us. Yeah. And we also have a success story. Although we are a young organization and we have been recently founded, we already have one applicant that successfully got into Duke Kunshan University. That is a partnership university between Duke University, ranked among top 25 universities around the world, and also Wuhan University in China. That is one of the top colleges in China as well. And he got scholarship that is amounted at about $220,000. That is huge amount, yes, but that is how much tuition fees of the Duke University cost. And yes, well, why are we doing this? Like, why is there Globe Study and what is our mission? We just want you to be aware of the opportunities that are available for you. We want to build kind of a bridge that you can walk through in order to get or reach your dreams, or to reach those potentials that you have a chance to. Together we can reach new heights. Together we can reach success. Well, I guess most of us are here from Samarkand, or yes, Uzbekistan. Well, yeah, we want people from Uzbekistan to get into top universities and study there for free. Yes, that is our core mission. We want the youth of Uzbekistan to be aware of the opportunities, and we want them to try to apply to them. Yeah. And now let's back to agenda. I'm sorry if I talk too much. Let me see. Yeah, I talk too much, it seems. So we have already talked about the overview. We learned about the types of scholarships, admission criteria, common mistakes that are made by the candidates. And we also now know how to get started. Well, you just need to contact us or start researching or finding people who are already studying in the universities that you want to apply to. And now, well, if Rustam is here, I don't think he's here, or is he here? Rustam, I guess, yes.
Hello.
Oh, there you go. Hi, Rustam. How's it going?
Hello, everyone. Then thank you, Jafar Bek. Thank you, everyone, for participating today in our webinar. Okay, let me introduce myself. I am first. Let me share screen.
Yeah, you can share your screen now, Rustam. And Rustam is going to talk about the scholarship provided by the Hungarian government.
Yeah. First, let me tell you about myself. My name is Rustam. I'm a software engineer from Samarkand, and I'm currently studying at Altı University in Budapest. But in 2018, I got a placement to TUIT Samarkand, and TUIT is a Tattoo Samarkand, if somebody knows. But I was kind of, disappointed by the level of education here, and maybe everybody's disappointed. So I wasn't satisfied by the quality, so I decided to find a way to get out that education institution. So and also I took different tests to pass the application process. So I got into the Altı University through Stipendium Hungaricum that I would like to talk to you about today. So Stipendium Hungaricum is Hungarian government scholarship program founded in 2013. Stipendium Hungaricum is the higher education scholarship program that offers a wide range of courses for the students, for the outstanding students, for from all around the world to study bachelor, master, and PhD degrees. Stipendium Hungaricum is a merit-based scholarship, so it's not a need-based, and the application process is mostly based on your academic achievements, your grades, your all the transcripts that you had throughout your studies at school, at university, other institutions you have. The scholarship's main aim to support the internalization of the Hungarian higher education and its constant development. Well, let me tell you about my institution where I'm currently studying at. This is the University of ELTE. It's located in Budapest, Hungary, which is the capital of Hungary. And Hungary is situated in the middle of the Europe. It's a public research university, and its main goal to develop research and create new softwares and new inventions. And it's also founded in 1635. It's very old, one of the very old universities of Europe, and it's ranked 600 and 650 by QS World Ranking and 414 by US New Education. It has 5 Nobel Prize winners, and one of the winners is the inventor of vitamin C. Okay, let me tell you about benefits of SH program, Stipendium Hungaricum program. The first one is it's totally free. I mean, there's no tuition free for studying at Hungarian University if you are a Stipendium Hungaricum scholarship, and you will be exempted from any university related expenses. So you don't have to pay for application fee in the beginning. You don't have to pay for admission fee or any other documentation related fees. And the second one is that it offers monthly stipend for bachelor, for master, and all the degrees. And it's about 43,700 forints per month, and 140,000 for doctoral level. And also there are free dormitory plates for Stipendium Hungaricum students. And if you don't want to stay at accommodation provided by your university where you studying, you can get the amount of money that they're paying for your accommodation. It's about 4,000 Hungarian forints, and you can go ahead and rent for that amount of money. And also, there's free medical insurance. So the program is going to cover all your, all your medical insurance throughout your studies. So if you are accepted to the university that is 4 years, that has 4-year studies, so they're gonna cover it for 4 years. And the last one, and the important one, I think, is the visa support. They, when you're going to apply for the visa after getting admitted, they're gonna give you a free visa to Hungary, and also you can get your residency for free. So almost every visa-related things will be free for you. And also, what other advantages of studying in Hungary and through this scholarship program? The first one is living in and studying in Europe, at the heart of the Europe, in very, very old cities like in Budapest. And the second one is studying and focusing on your academic advancement without caring of paying for something like for your tuition, for your for your living, for all other expenses. So you're going to enjoy your studies. And the last one, I think, is that you will have a chance to travel to any country of the Europe, almost to any of the countries, like to Norway, to Poland, or to any other, as far as the Hungary is situated in Schengen zone. So you will have a Schengen visa for that. So that was it. Thank you for everyone. Thank you for your attention. Hope that you find it very interesting. And if you are very interested to apply to Hungarian scholarship, to Spanish Hungarian scholarship, let me know. I'll be glad to help you, and I'll be glad to meet you in Hungary. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, Rustam. By the way, the deadline for Hungarian scholarship is, I think, it's coming in 20 days.
Yeah, it's on 16th of January 2021. So if you really want to apply for that, so you have to start it right now and get ready for that.
Yeah, that is right. Yeah, thank you so much, Rustam. All right. So again, back to the agenda. I think Umid is not here yet. Yes. All right. We can move on. Umid John, who is in the USA at the moment. Well, it's early morning for him, so that's why probably he isn't able to join us now. But we hope that he will be able to do it later. Shahbos Khan, are you here? Oh, yes.
Yep, I'm here.
Yeah. Hi again. All right.
Yeah, just before we start, I think there was someone raising hands. Maybe they have questions.
Yes, yeah.
I think was, yes.
I have a question. I'm sorry if I disturb you. And what we should do if I want to study Hungarian?
I think the question is related to Spanish Hungarian. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you exactly want about the admission?
I want to study there in 100% scholarship. And first,
I think he's freezing a little bit. Oh yeah, if you are asking about requirements, so requirements are not that hard. So you only need your transcript, your diploma, your passport, your English language certificate, and medical certificate, which is given by your polyclinic or hospital and other. So that's it. That's probably it.
Well, yeah, these are the requirements for the scholarship. We will actually make a post very soon about Hungarian scholarship, and you can take a look at the requirements even in more detail, yes, later. So yeah, basically you need to have an IELTS test or some English proficiency test to prove your English skills. And then you, Rustam, I think there are also university admission tests that you need to pass, right?
Yeah, if you're going to apply to science-related programs, I mean, in my case, it was computer science. And they gave me questions that I took a test, math and from informatics, I remember, and yeah, and I passed it.
Uh-huh, yeah.
That was it.
So yeah, there might be
So
some,
if yeah, it depends. Like if the person is going to apply to mechanical engineering, some maybe even in humanitarian majors, there could be some tests related to that science, to that subject. So you need to be ready for that.
And can you share a link where I should take, pass exam?
yes,
Yeah, I can.
we will share all the links in the group chat that we have in the Globe Study channel. Yes, we'll be also sharing this presentation as well with you. Yes, just make sure that you join the chat. Yes, and be in the channel. Yeah, and you will receive all the links and slides as well. Yeah. All right. Do we have any other questions yet? All right. I guess no. So we can move on. Shahboz is going to talk about scholarships in South Korea. So if you want to go to South Korea and study in that wonderful country, then now you're going to listen to Shahboz. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Let me share. Is it visible to everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, visible.
So first, maybe I can start by introducing myself. My name is Shahboz, and currently I'm a student of Southbridge International School of Business, and I'm on my last year, hopefully, and I'm going to share with you some of the insights I got by studying here in Korea. And first of all, I think I should say that the process of me coming to Korea was very accidental. I was actually applying for another country, and then I failed, so I had to take Korea as a last option. And I think like my university is pretty easy to get in, but it's pretty easy but affordable, so you can easily study and work and also get scholarship. I think it's a very good university to get in first and also continue your studies. I will tell about it more. Now, I think I will start by talking about one of the most biggest and popular scholarship in Korea. It's called KGS. So it stands Government Korean Scholarship. So basically, Korean government, in order to promote international friendship and also to collect the greatest minds from all the countries, they made a scholarship. So they said, we are going to collect top students from each country. So as you can see, it's international, it's multinational, and luckily for us, Uzbekistan is in that list. And I would not go through all the details. You can go to this website, studyingkorea.co.kr, to find out more about this, because it will take a lot of time to explain everything. But what I can say is it's really possible to come to Korea and come to Korea by winning scholarship that covers your tuition fee, your living expense, and one thing that I got from the presentation of Rustam was that they also cover everything. So I would say like it's almost the same kind of thing, except that it's not located in Europe. And also for this, like it's for the again undergraduates and graduate students. So if you are in the school, you can apply as a undergraduate. You can just simply send them your school records, as long as they are like best, because you have to be on the top of the class. Or if you want to continue to go there after your bachelor program, so you can also apply for that. And I think it's a very good opportunity. But I should warn that it's the opportunity for those who are not on the top. So if if you feel like you have a talent, to be on the same role with other greatest talents, and if you want to develop yourself as a person, I think GK scholarship is for you. Now, I'm going to talk about some other things. GK is for the usually it's for the talents, but it doesn't mean that Korea has nothing for others. I think that Korea has a lot more opportunities to offer for everyone, for people of all kind of degrees. And one of the unique ways is each university provides its own university based scholarships. So it may differ from university to university. So for example, my university provides a merit-based scholarship. So it may range from from 30 to 100, but in some other universities you get a bit less or a bit more, or for extended period of time. So it depends. And I think it's very good, and it makes you research more about the universities. And I think you can do it by going to the website that I mentioned just before, and see the list of the universities. I think they provide them, and you can see the documents and the websites. And one thing that is stopping you from going to that website and actually applying for the universities may be that you don't have any representative here in Korea, in case you need someone to talk in phone, or someone you want to take a direct reply from the university. So here, you can address to us. You can say, I'm going to apply for this university, and I have actually written an email, but they're not responding. So we can get into contact with those with those people. Some of the universities, they don't have international department. They cannot speak in English, and they usually write messages using the Google Translate. So in those kind of cases, we can like lend you a hand of support and call to them for you, explain the situation, and find out anything you want. Now, I want to say that universities usually they are not they don't provide only scholarship based on your academic performance. There are scholarships that provide you opportunity simply looking at your, for example, sport abilities. So my university is based on business, and we organize a lot of business competitions. So what happens is they make a announcement. They say, so we are coming up with a tournament, with a competition, and everyone is welcome. You can make a team of 4 or 2 and come up with your idea and present it, and you can win, let's say from $100 to $500 or $1,000. It depends on the tournament, but these tournaments happen frequently. So you get a chance to really feel that you are being given opportunity. And also personally for me, I got a language scholarship. So I learned the language and I passed the test, and they, based on my scores, they give me the scholarship. In the same way, I got the scholarship, I got the family scholarship, which is, so I study here with my brother, and my university said, so if you are studying with your brother or your sibling here, so we can provide you some kind of help. We didn't say we need the help, but they try to help us and support us in this way. So I think think the Korea provides opportunities quite well. Just you need to search for them in constantly. For 2020, at the beginning of the scholarship, for the Korean Excellence Scholarship, which is basically looks at your university performance as well as language performance. So I submitted all my documents, and at the end of the day, they said 500 best students around the country will foreign students around the country will get 5 million presentation 5 million money as a performance scholarship. So I think these kind of things you should look for, and Korea has a lot of them. So I can say that you can also win a chance to work in university. Of all the Uzbek students who live here, I think all the university has some Uzbek to work in their faculty, to work as an administrative duty officer. So I think this kind of works are quite possible to achieve. So I mean, K-pop and K-dramas, they are becoming popular, and you get a chance to be in the country, and you can see the people's reaction on them, and then like you can see the unique feature of Korean people. For example, they are very hardworking. The only thing they think is about work. So I think this is all I have to say. I mean, this is the Solvay, this is my university. I can say the unique side is multicultural student body. We have people from around the world. It's not like Korean only. And it has scholarship opportunities. All students receive admissions scholarship, no matter what. Whatever you have IELTS 5, you have IELTS 4, they give you a scholarship. So it's very good, safe option for you to enter. An opportunity for further travel and studies. By this I mean we have established contracts with other European, America, South Asian universities, whom you can make an exchange, you can make a transfer, and you can continue your studies in different countries if you don't like Korea itself. So I think I will finish here and take the word to Jafar Bek.
Yeah, thank you so much. Shaboshon, can you tell us when are usually deadlines for applying to Korean universities, including Solbridge?
So for the first scholarship, I read that it's on the spring, so it happens once a year. So you have only one chance, and the studies start in the fall. And for the generally we have two admission sessions. One is in the fall, one is in the spring. So for example, now the admission for spring is open, so everyone who wants to study in my university scholarship can apply, and they can get in. They can start their studies from the spring, and also they can start their studies from the August in the fall semester if they apply till, if I'm not mistaken, it's June. Solbridge is one of the latest to finish the admission, so you have a lot of time to prepare.
And another question I think most of the participants are curious about is what are the language requirements? Like at what level do you need to know English in order to get the scholarship?
Well, I think I should here talk about a type of universities here. So generally we have English-based universities, and there are Korean-based universities. So first of all, you need to remember that. So if you are going to English-based or in Korean-based, so in the Korean-based, usually you don't need English. You need to show that you are able to read, to write, to speak a little bit of Korean, so they will get you admitted. And usually those universities cost much cheaper. And a lot of students, I mean, in Korea, they came here through that way because it's easier and cheaper. And also there is English studies. For those universities, you need to show, I mean, it varies from university to university and from the ranking of those universities. But generally, I think it starts from 5.5 for the low-key universities, and it goes up. And it also depends on your expectation of scholarship. So of course, if you want to get higher scholarship, you need to have higher performance. So I mean, the people with 7.58, they are looking exactly for like 100% scholarship. People with 7 and 6.5, they are looking around scholarships for 70 or 65%. So like your IELTS really matters if you're going to enroll the English based, but it doesn't really have any weight when you are applying for the Korean base, because they simply don't have any English classes. They all run classes in Korean, so you simply don't get any chance to show your English speaking abilities.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Shavos. All right, we got a question in the chat. Can you provide information about scholarship to US and for top universities? Maybe disregard more. So yeah, Bejan, I guess I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Well, we were supposed to have Umit to talk about that, but at the moment he's not able to join us because of the time zone he is in. Well, yeah. But if you wish, after the session is over, during the Q&A, I can briefly talk to you about the scholarship opportunities provided by top universities in the US and in, well, countries around the world, including Canada, UK, and others. Yeah. So now I guess we are moving on, and Ahmad.
We are back to EU.
That yes, EU, European countries, European Union. All right, I think.
By the way, can I ask a question about South Korea?
Yes, please.
Go ahead.
Okay. Oh yeah. Can you tell me something about tuition fee in South Korea? I mean, the Chakos, Mr. Chakos. How much does it cost? Like this kind of things.
You mean the cost of living or cost of tuition?
No, I'm tuition fee. I'm studying.
Where are you looking for? Are you looking for undergraduate or
undergraduate? It's an undergraduate. Yeah, bachelor's degree.
so? Are you going for Korean or international?
No, I mean Korean, South Korean. Like in in language international in English.
Yeah. Okay. So usually it starts. So they calculate based on semester, and it starts from 1.5. That's in dollars, $1,500 to like my university is considered one of the most expensive, but you get the scholarship, so it gets reducted. And my university, let's say if you don't have any scholarship, you will have to pay 5,000 a semester. For other, it starts at 1,500. International university.
Could you recommend any like universities for business, like related to business?
Yeah, I mean, my university is good. My university is good. My university, however, is not located in the center. And if you are the person who is, you like more of a busy life, the capital is best, and they have one of the top universities in the world. But it's very difficult to get in because even Koreans, they struggle to get in, but they really want. And those universities, they are very competitive, so you have to study like every semester. My university is more of a relaxed. You can have fun and some kind of work and study, so you can mix those. But in other universities, especially in the capital, they are more competitive. You have to study. So you can expect that you should expect support from family, I think, if you are if you're being in the capital, because it's tough.
Yeah, I see. Thank you for your answer.
All right. Yeah, thank you very much, Shabos. Yeah, that was really good. And I guess participants are satisfied with the answer. So the second question is that why all you organize this meeting, and can you help me to achieve scholarship, and how much effort and money I need? Well, it seems that you have skipped the beginning of the presentation, Bejan. So we have talked about that already in the beginning. But again, if you want, please stay until the Q&A session, and I will walk you through everything that we have talked about at that period. All right? Yeah, we are going to finish in about 15 to 20 minutes. Yeah. So Ahmad, I'm going to give you the turn. Again, back to Europe. Can you please try to share your screen?
Sure. So hopefully you see my presentation, correct?
Yeah.
Awesome. Hello everyone. So my name is Ahmadjon. I'm sorry, I skipped my name here. So first question, who am I? So I'm a software engineering technique and at the same time economist. So I do study economics and politics. I'm in the University of Warsaw. I've been worked at Cambridge Assessment English and British Council when I was in Uzbekistan, but currently I'm working at another company, so not interesting for you. Talking about the scholarship in Poland. So by the way, the University of Warsaw is located in Poland. So Rustam said that Hungary is the center of the Europe, but unfortunately, Polish people think that Poland is the heart of Europe. Yeah, so the university, the Poland government provides you a scholarship. It's called the government scholarships, and my university has its own scholarships. So we will be talking about the government first, and some other info about the scholarships provided by the University of Warsaw. So talking about the government scholarships, so the most applicable one to our country, Uzbekistan, is the NAVA, or the Stefan Banach Scholarship Program. So the main aim of this program is just to support the countries of, the social economic growth of the developing countries in Central Asia, and in the for citizens of the Eastern Partnership countries, as well as it provides the Western Balkan countries as well. So the budget of this program is 15 million US dollars, according to data 2020. So the deadline for submitting application is between February 3rd until March 16, 3 p.m. Central European time. It will be 7 p.m. according to Central Asia time. Yes. So actually, I did not get scholarship from this one because I didn't know about that. So, but fortunately, you guys know me, or representative from our mentors from EU. So, and you had a great chance to win the scholarship, and it is provided for everyone. So like you can apply and then get full scholarship, but there is a nuance. It will not be covered all your study, but only for on the first year. So to get a if you wanna, let's say, extend your scholarship, then there is an alternative way. So which, let's come back to for this slide. So then you will have to think about the scholarships which is provided by University of Warsaw. So there are, if I'm not mistaken, there are 3 or 4 types of scholarship. So the first one is rector scholarships, and second one is social scholarship, and the third one is allowance aid. If you have a problem with your finance, the University of Warsaw can provide you financial support. Personally, I got a scholarship from the first one is the Rector Scholarship. So they give you academic performance during the whole academic year. And I will tell personally, my GPA was 4.5 out of 5, and they just mailed me, and then they gave me 80% of scholarship, which is really good. And for Rector Scholarship, you don't have to apply. If you qualify, if you get a GPA, then they will contact you. For social scholarship, so you need to apply. There is some there is some applications that you have to fill out. And yes, so for social scholarship, there is 2 terms. The first one is at the beginning of October, and the second term is in the beginning of February. And for allowance aid, so you may apply anytime in the year. So, but you have to prove that you have a bad financial situation. So if you can approve, then you may get up to 10,000 Polish zlotys, or in dollars, it will be $2,500. Yes, this was a last, but talking about the benefits of studying in Poland. So first of all, so as Rustam said, is the travel. So EU countries, 27 countries. If you feel travel to Germany, get your, like, you don't believe me. Currently, the tickets to Germany is €5. It's not a bus, it's not a train, but it's the airplane. So if you want to go to Madrid or Barcelona, pay €10 and then get there. And the second benefit of studying in Poland is the low cost, and the tuition fees are not too high. So they range, the vary on the between €2,000 and €10,000, depending on the university. And so to get a scholarship, so they will not pay attention to your IELTS score. So, but it is also secondary important thing. The first thing that you have to have is the good academic performance. I mean, from your high school or college, whichever it can be. So if you have a good GPA, and then probably you will get a 100% scholarship. That was last part of my presentation. Should you have any questions, let me know.
All right. Yeah. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
And yes, again, a similar question to you, Ahmad. When are the deadlines?
I talked about that. Jeff, can you unmute yourself?
No, for University of Warsaw.
So you mean
Yes.
So there is no spring session in my university, so there is only fall semester. So the deadline, the application, you have to fill application between May 15 till July 3rd, and then you will get a result at the end of the July, 25th of July. If you are qualified, they will send you some documents. They will send you the invitation letter, and then you can apply for visa and then come to Poland, enjoy your studies.
And another interesting question, I guess, for everyone is, how much does it cost to live in Europe, in Poland?
So, yeah, so that would be a good question for me, actually. So let's take yeah. So before the pandemic, it was a little bit high. So around $300 or $400 sometimes. It depends. It really depends on you. So if you have a good brain, then you will not
Is that
spend
per
too much.
month?
So and sorry,
Is
per
that
month? Yeah,
amount?
of course, per month. And during the pandemic, I even sometimes I spend $100 per month because we got a discount on our dormitory. So and we paid only $30, and then you don't go outside, and you don't have to pay for transport, for entertainment. You only have to pay for food, and that's all. But in normal life, in normal situation, probably you say you spend between $300 and $400,
I got it. Yeah.
but
Or-
you can even save.
So it depends. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Ahmad.
Yes.
If yeah, go on.
Let me stop sharing.
Yeah. If you don't have any
But
questions for
these
Ahmad,
costs were actually there is thousands of scholarships in Europe, but there's a problem. Many countries in Europe, they require to know their own language. For example, in Italy, so there are a lot of scholarships, but they are available in Italian language. The same for Germany
yeah, that's a
and
nice
other
point. Yeah.
countries. Austria.
Germany has DAAD program that is very popular. They offer
Exactly.
full tuition scholarships for people who know German language. Well, yeah, in Italy, you can also get a scholarship if you know Italian language. Right? Yeah, you brought up a nice point, Ahmad. Yeah, thank you. And I guess, well, yeah, Umid is not going to join us probably. So we'd like to thank you all for being here, and please now let's open our Q&A session. Okay, please feel free to ask any questions that you are curious about, and we'll be happy to answer them. You can unmute yourself, or you can just type your question in the chat. Either way, whichever you prefer.
I have a question.
Yes, please feel free to ask.
Can you hear me? Is it possible to fly any countries nowadays? I mean, due to pandemic, it's hard to get out from Uzbekistan. What do you think? Like,
Well, it depends on the country. Like most of the European countries, they open their borders. For example, my friend recently traveled to Hungary. He got the scholarship from Hungarian government, and now he is living and studying in the Hungarian government. I think the university he applied to was University of Debrecen. Yeah, Rustam. So yeah, it depends on the countries. However, for countries like China, unfortunately, they didn't reopen their borders yet. So that is why most of the students who are studying in China, they are not able to go there right now.
And
okay.
just to add to your question, so if you want to come to the EU between December 25th till 6th of January, probably they will not allow you to enter the EU, but because there is national lockdown in every European country, so just to prevent the number of cases in this kind of it's COVID-19, okay. So, but if you want to come to EU after the January, so there shouldn't be any problem, because I have a lot of I know a lot of people who is coming from Uzbekistan to Poland to Germany, and they don't have any problem.
Okay, yeah. And what about like service cost from your guide, like from your company? How much does it cost to get any kind of scholarship? I mean,
Jeff, can you go back to
Could you
previous
please repeat
slide?
your question?
How much does it cost? I mean, this service, about your service, to get scholarship,
Oh
to
yeah, I
help
got it.
to get like scholarship in.
Okay, yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right. Let me go back. In case you skipped our slide. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, so
Globe Study,
Okay.
it's an organization again founded by students who have been successful in applying to scholarships, including the scholarships themselves in different countries. And we offer a variety of services like consultation. We can just simply consult you. We can give you the list of opportunities or scholarships that are available, and we can walk you through the application process. And we can also give you the university application top tips, like what you should do, what you should not do, and etc. And at the same time, we have mentorship programs. Well, mentorship programs are quite different from consultation, because in the mentorship programs, we will be teaching you, not just showing you, but we'll be actually teaching you how to do the things. For instance, most of the candidates, they do not know how to write motivation letters, right? Well, they can't even write sometimes an IELTS essay, well, which is very common and pity. So yeah, in mentorship programs, we will be teaching our mentees how to write the essays, or we will also teach them how to make the documents prepared for the application, and etc. Yeah. So you can take a more closer look at our services in our Telegram channel, that is Globe Study. Yes. And again, feel free to reach us out and ask any questions. We can like redirect you to one of our mentors who is currently studying in the country that you want to apply to. For instance, let's say you want to apply to Korean government scholarship, then we will redirect you to Xiaobo's home, and he will be your mentor, and he will be teaching you everything that you need to know about the application process and the ways to get the scholarship that you need to. Yes.
yeah, I got it. Yeah. So another question: how did you? I have heard that you have won like $200,000 scholarship from China. Yeah. For
Well, yeah.
Duquesne.
All right. Well, yes, I didn't make the
Oh.
slides about myself and university because, well, again, I talked too much and I didn't want to talk too much and take your time. Okay. Since you asked, I'm going to tell you very briefly. Well, Duke Kunshan University, it's a university between Duke University in USA and Wuhan University in China. It's considered to be one of the top universities around the world, and their tuition fees cost, well, yeah, about $55,000 per year. To get that scholarship to study in that university, you need to have a few things. First of all, you should have a language proficiency certificate, which can be an IELTS test, a CEFR, or TOEFL. Oh no, I'm sorry.
Criteria like.
Oh yeah.
Minimum or like maximum.
The minimum score required is 6.5. 6.5 in the IELTS and 95 or 100 in the TOEFL. I'm not sure about the numbers, but again, I can provide you with the links and you can browse all the requirements. Okay, and the second thing you need to have, which is also important, is SAT scores. SAT test, well, I hope you know about the test, but you are lucky because this year Duke Kunshan went a test optional. They adopted a test optional policy, which means you don't need to necessarily submit your SAT score in order to apply to Duke Kunshan University. Well, actually, this policy has been adopted by most of the universities in USA, including Duke University itself. Yeah. And another important thing is motivation letters. Well, yeah. Why do you want to study in China? Why do you want to study in Duke Kunshan? Why are you going to choose this university? You need to answer all these questions in the motivation letter. And also you need to write a personal statement in which you have a wonderful chance to talk about yourself and to make yourself distinguishable or outstanding from the pool of applicants that have applied to the university at the same time with you. Well, yeah. Oh yeah, these are some of the requirements. And again, if you are in our channel, then we are going to share all the links with all of the members of the channel, and you can browse and find out any
I will
of the
join, yeah.
information. Yes.
What about GPA? In
Oh,
like,
yeah, that's a
quite
nice point. GPA is important, but not the most important thing. Well, GPA is simply an indicator of how well you did in at school. Well, yeah, but if you have, you know, decent
Yeah.
SAT score or an IELTS score that is very high, then they are going to cover your GPA. Yes, it is not important, but it is preferred that you have at least 3 out of 4. Yes, 3 to 3.5 out of 4.
Mm,
Yes.
great,
How about
great. Yeah, okay. I got it.
GMAT
Thank
for
you.
master?
Thank you so much.
Thank you also. Your name was, I think, Sarwarbek. Yeah. Yeah.
Harvard,
Thank you for asking questions, Sarwarbek.
yeah.
So how about GMAT for
Thank you too.
masters? Yeah. Bejan, if you tell us a little more information about yourself, we can give you a more personalized answer. Like, if you are you living in Samarkand or Tashkent? Like in Samarkand, we don't actually have GMAT test centers at the moment, but I hope we have in Tashkent. Yes, GMAT is required for the universities, usually by top universities in the US, if you want to apply to scholarship. For instance, Harvard has such a program. They have a joint program with Stanford, that is, I think, Harvard Kennedy School and Stanford Knight Hennessy, or I don't remember the names exactly, but there are lots of programs that accept GMAT and that give you that scholarship for master's degree. Yes. If you want further information, yes, again, I can share the links, and it would be really good if you give a little more information about yourself so we can get a more personalized approach to you. You need to apply to Harvard for master's or for undergraduate degree. All right, while Bejan answers for masters. All right, yes, you need to have GMAT if you want to apply to business or management majors. If you want to apply to engineering or mathematics degrees, then you need to have GRE. Okay, I can spell that name, GRE test, in the chat. Well, this test is required for technical majors, like, again, as I mentioned, software engineering, or it may be mechanical engineering, etc. And please, however, note that for Harvard, GMAT is not, you know, the most important thing. For Harvard, you need to be an extraordinary candidate, and you need to have something that most of the applicants don't have. You need to have leadership skills. You need to be passionate about what you're studying, and also you need to be very active in your community. Yes, I hope that answers your question. All right. Do we have any other questions?
Yes, actually.
Hi, Doston. How are you?
Hello, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, my question to all of you actually. So here is the question. Just can I get some scholarship or financial aid or something like this while studying in the university which does not provide any scholarship? I mean, is there any programs that can help in this case?
All right. We want you to be more specific. Like, do you want to get scholarship to study at the university that you are studying at the moment, or do you want to get scholarship, like for trying?
Yeah, for example. Yeah, I mean, actually, there are many universities which do not provide any scholarship for us, for the students, actually.
So you want to get a
case,
scholarship from government, correct?
Yeah, it does not matter from anywhere, just scholarship.
Right, Doston.
I think I heard there are many programs that can help.
Do you want to transfer your studies, or do you want to study at the same university you're studying and get scholarship?
No. Yeah, while studying at the same university and getting the scholarship from outside.
I think I got a question.
Is it possible?
Yeah, you want to get some other how it's called. I'm not sure how that type of scholarship called, but every university has sort of extra scholarships. Like alumni of that university is pretty rich right now, and he wants to make a contribution, so he allocates like $1 million every year per 100 students. So first thing that you have to check on your university's website, or also there is one scholarship which is called a JCAFA scholarship program that I know. They fund like 100 euros per month, but I'm not quite sure that they gonna fund you if you're abroad, if you're outside of Uzbekistan. Because when I was studying here, I was the finalist of that scholarship, but they kind of suspended the scholarship as far as I was living in Uzbekistan. So this is it. So the most important thing is to make research on that area that you study. On that, I mean, if it's Europe, you have to search on other scholarship of European Union. They probably have some scholarship. So also in your university, as I told you, like the extra scholarships.
So what was the requirements of that scholarship, of that program that you are saying?
Can you type the name of the scholarship, Rustam, so they can take it?
Yeah, I will definitely do it.
Yeah, Jack something. Yeah. Let me write it down. So,
Well, yeah, Doston, your question is very specific, and it really depends on what university you're studying in. Well, yeah, some of the universities, they don't offer any scholarships, actually, yeah. But some of them are very generous.
Yeah.
It really depends on the university you're studying at. But we would also suggest that you should apply to some exchange programs like UGRAD or some other programs that cover your tuition fees when you're studying.
Yeah, like internships,
or for 1 year. Yes, you can try out some other like exchange programs instead of looking for scholarship to fund your studies at the same university you're studying at. Yeah,
maybe in following sessions we can a little bit talk about UGRAD scholarships.
Yeah,
it's also
an MRT of UGRAD scholarship.
Yeah, that it's gonna cover your whole semester, 1 semester in US. So it's a pretty good opportunity for you if you would like to have a chance to study in the US. And it's probably
not in Uzbekistan, right?
No.
Yeah,
it's
in this case I have to transfer my studies to United States, right?
You don't have to transfer it. It's like exchange program. So you go to university that US embassy chose for you. You study there for 1 semester and you come back after finishing your studies. And if there's possibility, then you can transfer your credits back to your university and continue your studies. Or if not, then you have to get a passive semester or something, and then just hold your studies in your host institution that you study right now for a semester, and then continue after coming back.
Yeah. Can you share the link, please?
Yeah.
That I could find.
Already shared.
All right. Thank you.
Yes. Do we have any other questions? Feel free to unmute yourself or type your question in the chat. You can choose either way. All right, then. I guess we don't have any questions left. And let me go to the latest slide. Again, we would like to thank you all for being with us here for the whole session time. And we hope that our session was useful to you, or at least informative. And we hope that you learned something here, maybe about scholarships or the programs or the opportunities that are available to you, to Uzbek people. Yes, and again, please follow us in our social media, and in the future we are going to host this kind of similar events, for scholarship workshops and etc. And we hope that we will be able to help you to apply to scholarships and get them. Yeah. Thank you all, and you can ask your questions in our chat group as well. Yes. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.